Confused? Lost in the chaos? We've all been there. Welcome to Squad First Hours 2.0. In this guide, we'll cover the basics to help you get started in Squad and avoid some common confusion. Let's dive in. When joining a server, the biggest thing is to not squad bait. This is when you create a squad and then you pass the squad lead role off to another player that joins your squad. This is a kickable offense on most servers. Always look for a squad that has room to join if you do not intend to lead the squad you create. Along with this, I recommend starting out with the Rifleman class, as this class gives you the widest options for optics and provides your squad and team with an ammunition bag. This ammunition bag is crucial for infield ammo replenishment. I would recommend guarding this ammo bag. Do not let anyone and their mother replenish off of it. If you do this, you will find yourself with an empty ammo bag. Instead, when dropping the bag, make sure to tell those around you only to grab anti-tank ammunition, rallies, and bandages. Anything else could be considered a waste to grab. Let's talk about HABs, radios, and fob creation marks. When you start a game, you might see yellow castle symbols on the map. These are fob creation marks, not spawns. Players spawn at HABs, which are created by squad leaders and attached to radios. These castles have some circle marks and they serve a purpose. Either your team is planning on placing a radio and HAB within this area, or they are trying to find where an enemy radio is. What I mean by this is, oftentimes squad leaders will place these marks to narrow the search area of an enemy radio. They will place them on known enemy emplacements to create a Venn diagram within these two circles shown as a possible radio location. Next, ammo retention after death. When you respawn, you will combine ammunitions, meaning your mags will be consolidated. Along with this, if you respawn in the field via HAB or rally with a new kit, you will be spawned in with the minimal ammunitions. The last thing you need to know about this is, whenever you spawn in your main, you will always be plumb full, even if you swap kits. Let's switch into understanding resources. Resources in squad can be tricky. You get resources from your main base, and they have an infinite amount at main. Supplies can be broken down into two categories: construction and ammo. Construction, often referred to as build, allows the team to build deployables like HABs, repair stations, bunkers, and various other emplacements. Along with this, build serves as a resource for vehicle repair stations for a vehicle to repair on. Ammo, on the other hand, allows infantry, vehicles, and emplacements to rearm or replenish ammunition. Supplies need to be transported to FOBs using logistics vehicles. This can be in a truck, boat, or helicopter. Supplies are stored in invisible stockpiles at the FOB, not in crates you can destroy. To load and unload supplies, there's a menu referred to as the F menu. To load supplies, you must be within your main, at or near vehicle repair stations. Squad leaders often use the term half and half when referring to supplies. This simply means half ammo, half construction. Fob circles can be confusing. The inner circle is where you can build structure. This circle's blue. The outer circle marks the minimum distance between two radios. Remember, inner circle build zone, outer circle no radio. Let's break into some terminology. Fob, HAB, radio, all that good stuff. Fob, HAB, and radio are often used tangentially, but they are different. FOB, or forward operating base, is another term for the area within the radio. Radio and FOB are often used to convey each other. However, HAB is the spawn point. Understanding these terms will help you communicate better with your team. HAB proxy and radio bleed out. When enemies are near a HAB, it gets disabled, a process known as proxying or overrunning. This process becomes complicated to determine how many enemies are near the HAB. The rule of thumb is you need at least 2 infantry to proxy a HAB, but they must be within 20 meters. For each enemy in the area, the range is increased by 10 meters. An example of this is 5 enemies overrun the HAB if they are within 50 meters. When the enemies are removed from the area, the HAB will be spawnable after 30 seconds. Now let's talk about radios. Radios being attacked go through 3 stages: full, half, and bleed out. A radio is happy and healthy when full, but if dug down, it goes into half, where the HAB will be unspawnable. It's not actually half, it is if the radio is dug down 25% of its health. It's just called down half as a stage. When it's dug down 25% or half, the HAB is unspawnable. If dug further, it enters the bleed out phase. During this phase of bleed out, the radio has 75 seconds to recover it. Recover it means digging it back up, or at this point the team can choose to dig it down to save the tickets. A brief overview of objectives and game modes. There are a variety of game modes, but we are only going to focus on the primary three: AAS, RAAS, and Invasion. In these three game modes, capturing flags is key. In AAS, or Advance and Secure, all flags or objectives are known by both teams. However, in RAS, or Random Advance and Secure, the flags or objectives only become known as the team captures them in sequential order. In Invasion, the team on attack must capture each objective in sequence, only discovering the next objective once the one before is captured. In Invasion, the defending team cannot retake any fully captured flags. However, if a flag is neutralized, the defending team can restore it back to full. Each of these three game modes have their own ticket system that I will cover in a more extensive video covering all game modes. A quick overview of flag capturing. It also has three stages: captured to neutralized to captured. A team capturing a flag must neutralize their opponent's capture and then begin to secure the capture point. First stage being neutralizing, then neutralized, then capturing. Along with this, there is the term chevrons, or Chevys. This is the capture rate of the flag, and it is determined by how many players are in the area. One final note on capturing flags. If both teams neutralize each other's point, a double neutral is created. Each team must secure their prior capture point before capturing the next objective. Recapturing a point only requires 3 players to be inside the capture radius, regardless of how many enemies are in the area. Backcapping could be a confusing term for new players. This is quite simple though. It means designating a group to capture the first point. Oftentimes, squads will rush what they perceive to be the middle point, leaving their first point to have no one to capture it. A squad can claim the backcap or first objective to mitigate this issue. Let's talk squad game loop and really what the squad game loop looks like. The game loop revolves around building spawns, capturing objectives, and managing resources. Spawns are player built and can be placed almost anywhere, but not too close to each other. Remember, radios and circles. That's a wrap for Squad First Hours 2.0. Hopefully these tips will help you get started and enjoy the game more. If you have any questions or need more detailed guides, drop a comment below and make sure to like and subscribe the video. Thank you to Show of Force for allowing me to record and stream on your server.